Hey guys, Shane DiMaio, Staten. We're here at Public School 48. Conversation with the president of 2017. Let's see what the high schoolers have to say.
And it does have an impact, and the Borough President does have the staff follow up. So I'm told that I can tell you that you can use your phones today during this. Usually
thought of was, wouldn't it be great if we brought seniors from high school in to a setting and we let them ask into drill baby. I forget what the original line was, but she turned it into drill baby drill, and I co-opted that into paid baby paid, and it became this model. Express buses for 2 hours going in and 2 hours coming home. 4 hours a day, 20 hours a week. That's insanity. That's insanity. There's no way to live.
On the South Shore of Staten Island, as many of you know, high school kids are addicted to substance abuse or drug abuse, and leading to college, or if they don't go to college and they decide to do something else, we think that that gap is between high school and then taking like the first use. So we want to kind of figure out how we can handle that, like not having them being addicted.
Aware of the problem? Is it something that you talk about a lot? Yeah.
Being on the South Shore of Staten Island again, a lot of our time, multiple assemblies every time of the year.
And people talk to you, come in and talk to you about the issue?
Yes.
Who's come in and talk to you? You got to arrest the drug dealers, you got to prosecute them, and you got to put them in jail. There's the treatment side, and we got to do a better job of getting more people into treatment.
School style of right, and never seen the inside of Monsignor Fowler from that day on. And for me, alcohol won my life. They literally took over my life and started suffocating me junior year in high school. And I went to school for 2 periods. I went to school for 1. Alcoholic or untreated drug addict will do drugs. If you're a real deal drug addict, alcoholic, and you are untreated, you will drink and you will night again. And I was very, very familiar with the system, and I know I spend the night. I go to the courthouse. Hopefully, I get a slap on the wrist. Hopefully, I call somebody at the YMCA counseling service, where I didn't know nothing about this. You know, not only a soccer player, but I was pretty. 200 pounds, haven't smoked a cigarette in almost a year and a half, haven't done a drink or a drug in over 4 years, you know, and that's the truth, because that's the type of person I was. Because I was the type of drug addict that I would wait for my father to go to sleep, or I would wait for, and that family would never, not only the kid, it's so tragic, but the family would never be the same. You know, I have a cousin that died of an overdose, you know.
I genuinely believe, though this is quite morbid, I don't believe that drugs can be successfully combated, because they set up a task force that allows people, when they're ready and they're willing to seek treatment. I believe personally that a lot of times people don't seek treatment.
Okay.
But I believe that there has to be a bit of a softer way to go about it, rather than just throwing people in jail for such a thing, because
putting them in through that criminal justice system, they're being offered a chance to make a good faith effort into treatment. That is a part of this.
Honestly, just addressing the whole idea of like how we should have a better way of combating how kids do turn to substance abuse at that point, in my opinion, because if it's such an epidemic, and obviously it's something that people won't always willingly turn to get help. Making that choice yourself, a lot of people won't make that choice. I mean, we're a part of a group at Patrides that talks about substance abuse. If you're caught, you shouldn't be given that choice of
I'm from New York High School. I'm from the Law House there. And kind of to tie into the situation that's currently happening with drug overdoses and drugs, I mean, weed, alcohol, you name it, we've probably seen it at one point. And for me, the best way that I try to stay out of it is to keep myself busy. To make more jobs for students during the summer, kids from anywhere, it could be Monsignor Farrell, it could be Tauntville, for kids to commute there and to do things there. To build up more target areas like the boardwalk, which are social environments, we can actually help our students and combat problems like drugs just by getting rid of them.
132 years ago, it was the same complaint. There's nothing to do. What do? I embarrassed myself and told these guys back in I was younger than that, there can be no permanent or semi-permanent structures put on the boardwalk to breathe life into it, because that boardwalk, as you know, is being ripped down and being replaced.
Is it safe for us in a way, like for immigrants in itself? How safe is it for us in school to be able to talk about?
So, in February, there was this rash of media reports that people were being rounded up. It turns out that the actual number was 2 or 3. I think it was 2. And a year ago, under the previous president, 3 people. I don't want to pass the buck. I'm a borough president, and this is happening, as you know, at a much higher level. The old saying is, you campaign in poetry, but you govern in prose. This country is supposed to be about. But I would not live in fear. I don't think you should have any reason to, and I certainly don't think that.
It affects, like, immigration in Oddo. I think, for me personally, I just don't agree that it should affect a family. I think it should go down. Individual.
So you're gonna break up a family, theoretically, right? If that guy commits a murder,
Right.
and that guy, in my estimation, he's got to go. So there is going to be an impact on the children. I don't know how you feel about that.
Father, that's his, whatever he's done, let him pay for his crime. But it shouldn't fall back on the kids.
Okay, so you're saying if you send him away, do you believe that police department should share that information with the federal authorities, or no?
I think that's more up to them and their things, because it's affecting a whole group of, like, families.
Okay, so, because that's what sort of part of this conversation about sanctuary cities, where cities are saying, no, we're
ridiculous. So if we can come together, then we can act, then we can get our funding back. But having it just let them do whatever they want, that's not taking a stand.
One of the two of us is going to cry before the end of this meeting. My staff will tell you it's me. Listen, these are complex things. Again, I'm not trying to pass the buck. Guys are a generation that have access to more information than any other generation before, right? Yet, we're not using it that way. What we're doing is ventures to the other side. No one ventures. There's a book that I read. And be careful with the title, James. You can't have a conversation. And think about certainty. If you're certain, you're not open to hearing the other side. And the story I said makes you outraged, and then he reports on the outrage, which makes everybody else outraged, and it says it in here. It's called outrage porn. Impressive guy. We have a great relationship. Bill de Blasio. I worked with him in the city council for years. We would be in the budget negotiating in the city of New York, and he is powerful, all the stuff that we need, because he's going to say, yeah, you're not even going to take my call.
What's your vision for education here on Staten on all levels, elementary school, middle school, high school?
Right, so our kids are going to local colleges to become teachers, to now teach in our local schools, to produce another generation of kids. More than anything, the brain. When we were young, Chris, when we were young my age, they told us not to drink and do drugs. Miracle Grow for the brain. Okay, so stress, ADHD, depression, hormonal changes, aging.
Loss of Pell Grants is going to be coming up soon, so like lately college is becoming more expensive, and and it's getting hard to pay for.
Yeah, it's funny. Last year somebody asked the question too about cost of college. Tuition was, I think it was like $6,000, $7,000, $8,000. Now Fordham is $65,000. I wouldn't get into Fordham academically probably too.
So one of our main priorities is we stress extracurricular activities after school, especially with the new Performing Arts Center and our band and our art programs. And it gives them something to do after school.
Well, listen, there is no better advocate in this room for the importance of music. Oh, well, it's not phase 1. It's not phase 2. It might be at Stapleton in phase 3. They say that a butterfly flapping its wings in Africa can cause a hurricane in Florida. Well, what hurricane will you leave in your wake? You guys have to fix what my generation hasn't been able to do. So, listen, I appreciate your endurance. Thank you for listening to me drone on and on. Thank you for listening to
Thought I was done with school, guys. But this was very informative. High school kids got their thoughts out. Otto, great job talking back with them.